All right, so according to a new study, I love new studies, experts say dogs would benefit from a vegan diet, and I think cats would benefit from an attitude adjustment. What do we need cats for? I never understood it. Hi, I'm Kenny Webster. Welcome back from break. I have, we're live in studio. We're live streaming right now. I have a guest here in the studio right now. You are an ex-Democrat. You don't look like you were ever a Democrat. You are the current Webb County judge. For those that aren't from Texas, a county judge is you're kind of like the mayor of the county, and your name is Tano Tijerina. Did I say your name right?
You said it perfect. Good afternoon, everybody.
I find if I write it out phonetically, I do better that way. It's not your fault, Tano.
You hooked on phonics?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to know. I was just making sure.
I discovered the Rosetta Stone. I'm not, I barely speak English. That's my problem. Tano, you're a big deal in Webb County. Webb County is a border district. It's a border community. And you've got in your backyard some of the most hardened criminals coming through. I mean, they were before Trump was in office.
Yeah,
how long have you been in office for? How long have you been running?
This is my third term. I'm in my 10th year right now. So I started in 2015. Yes,
and switching from the Democrat Party to the Republican Party, it's not like it used to be. There was a time in the 90s when all the two parties were really arguing about was how much money should be spent on public aid and that sort of thing. Now they're as different as night and day. I mean, to go from being a Republican to a Democrat is a pretty big shift policy-wise.
Well, absolutely, from Democrat to Republican. And so, look, I mean, for the last 9 years, I've had an opportunity when I was a Democrat, everybody, please understand, in South Texas especially, pretty much a lot of the Democrats, most of the Democrats are very conservative Democrats, and that's who we are. We're fiscally conservative. There's a lot of things that still hold to value, and we're still very much family oriented. We're still very much, protecting the people. That's our number one. But when you start seeing the Democratic Party going so woke, so left, so cancel culture, I mean, to a certain point, the Democrats Party's losing everybody, and that's exactly what happened. I've always known that I'm basically a Republican. I can honestly tell you, in order to do anything in Webb County, you had to do that. And so, look, we're very conservative. The last 10 years, I've lowered the tax rate. This year, we lowered the tax rate 5 out of 10 years. Very proud to say that. Who does that? It's very difficult, but we have a great commissioner's court. The last 10 years, we've worked really hard. Our budget there when I first walked in as a budget, we had $87 million budget with $14 million in the bank.
I didn't know you when you were a Democrat, but you don't look like a Democrat.
Nobody said that.
You got a cowboy hat on. You look like you lift. You got a cross around your neck. Are you Catholic?
No, I'm Christian.
You're just a regular Christian?
I'm Jesus Christ lover. That's what I am.
You're not Methodist, are you?
No.
Oh, thank God. I cannot stand the Methodist. The worst.
I'll tell my dad you said that.
Is he a Methodist?
No, just playing.
No. But seriously though, you don't look like you don't look like a Democrat at all. When you were a Democrat county judge, what did you have, purple hair and a septum piercing? Or what did you look like then?
No, just the same guy. And that's the thing. When I turned Republican, look, it didn't surprise anybody. I can honestly tell you it didn't surprise anybody. It was good.
It was okay. So I was doing a comedy show last night at, where were we? We were at the Improv, and the headliner was Nathaniel Amador.
You haven't finished, by the way. You're still on a roll.
What do you mean?
From last night.
Like what do you mean?
Yeah, improv.
Oh, right, I improvise. Oh, thank you. We were at the Improv. It's a corporate thing. I don't know why there's very little improvisation happening because it's routines and stuff. But the headliner last night was Nathaniel Amador.
Okay.
And he is a Democrat. He's a good friend of mine.
How do you say his name and you can't say mine?
Your name is a little more. I think it's the J's that throw me in. Nathaniel sounds kind of Anglo, doesn't it?
Yeah, but what about the last name?
Amador is easy. It's Amador.
Amador.
Right? It's spelled the way it sounds.
It's actually Amador.
Amador.
Yes.
Is that, and apparently that's down where you guys are from. They claim to have invented nachos. They say they did. They claim it was 100 years ago. A guy named Nacho had to feed a bunch of wives of military people. They came in. Have you heard this story before?
No, I do not, but I guess I'm going to right now.
Well, that's most of the story. They came in. He didn't have any food to cook for him. He was low.
Guy. Who is this guy?
So he chopped up tortillas. He covered them in cheese and meat, and he served it and called them nachos. And voila.
It sounds like a cheap version of our soup, but it works.
What's the soup?
I don't know. Just add more water.
What's that thing? What's the meat soup where they dip the tacos in the meat soup?
Well, that one's guisado.
Dude, that stuff is good.
It's delicious.
Why is it? What am I eating that makes it so addictive? It's the meat juice, or what is that?
It's the picante. You got Cholula there. You're good.
Yeah, dude. This is it. Whereas this is real Southeast Texas stuff. I've got Cholula here in the studio. I've also got Cajun seasoning.
Yeah, I could see that.
It just depends on what kind of.
I see you working.
Being in Southeast Texas is all about the Cajun meets the Tex-Mex. It's the brisket meets the gumbo. That's what it's all about here.
When you have HEB doing barbacoa on Sundays, I mean, come on. HEB.
What do you think about that?
It's pretty damn good. With Big Red, by the way. You have to do Big Red.
You're in a border community. How often do you go south of the border?
I used to go quite often, but it's changed now. I mean, but yeah.
How old are you?
51.
When you were, okay, you look young. When you were a kid, people would drive down to Mexico.
You do not want to ask those questions.
People don't do that anymore.
You do not want to ask those questions.
Well, I love asking questions. Telling me I can't ask the question. What changed? I mean, other than the obvious.
I'm going to tell you in high school. I want to give you when I was in high school. In high school, we literally would go across the river and party at the clubs all the time. And that was just part of it. It was a beautiful time. You had all these, the energy was there. Like all this, what you see on TV and what you see on social, all the bopping. And that was the way it used to be.
Early 90s, late 80s.
Absolutely. Okay. I mean, you'd cross and then you'd cross back and you didn't remember how you crossed back, if you know what I mean.
Sure,
that's
right.
just the way it was.
It's just you had a few tequilas at night. Okay, and that's the way it was.
They're called purrones.
But isn't it a shame that it's not like that anymore? I mean, do you think under Trump it can go back to that? Because now Trump is actually congratulating Mexico for taking border security seriously. I mean, for Trump, that's a tall order. That's a pretty bold compliment. Will there be a time in the next decade, in the next few years, when we could drive down to Mexico and just go hang out, go have lunch down there?
Look, everything's a possibility, but it will take some time. Look, we're the #1 inland port in the Western Hemisphere. 65% of our goods cross through Webb County alone.
Okay.
I tell this to everybody.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I tell this to everybody. If you look at Texas as a heart and the United States as a body, we are the aorta. We are huge in that. So one of these days, I think that was our #1 was tourism. Tourism was huge. Unfortunately, when all these cartels and the drug war started, it literally ceased to exist. And unfortunately, it is a beautiful country, and I think both countries could once again have a beautiful synergy that will work for everybody. I mean, we used to get everybody. I used to go down there and go across the river. My mother-in-law's white. My wife's obviously white. They were born and raised in Laredo. My mother-in-law by herself would go across the river. She would go to her frame house. She would go and eat over there. She'd drive back with no problems in her Cadillac. Nobody would tell her anything. Can't do that nowadays.
When you're hanging out with your white mother-in-law, is it awkward to have to pretend that the food is good? I mean, what do you do?
No, she knows what's up.
She knows how to cook.
She knows what's up.
But growing up in a Hispanic, Latino family,
Okay.
I don't understand that. It's Hispanic in Nevada. It's Latino in Texas.
Well, I don't actually. It's the opposite. I do not like when somebody calls me Latino. I'm a Mexican American.
I don't get it either. I don't understand why one would.
And especially with Latinx. I mean,
That's the worst.
That's the worst. It's like putting Xmas. I can't stand it. You have to have Christmas. Hello.
You didn't feel like white liberals needed to fix your language for you. That wasn't.
Cancel my language now instead of cancel culture. Craziness.
Okay, so as the county judge, for those that don't know, and I know a lot of our listeners do because we're on all over Texas, you're the mayor of the county. You're the executive of the county. You look at crime statistics all the time, probably.
We do.
Do you see a difference since Trump took office?
Absolutely. Look, I was when the Biden administration, I was that guy on Fox News, a Democratic judge that would come out on Fox News bashing Biden and Harris. Why? Where was our border czar? They had no idea what was going on, and they were acting like nothing was happening. We were actually the ones. So all of the South Texas, pretty much, we were the ones that they was the ones sending us, all the people there in Webb County. We were the ones that are having to, the feds were having to go through their, what do you call it when, goodness, the name escaped me. We were the ones that were bringing everybody in and having to report everybody.
Okay.
And then once we got there, once we were at that point, what happens then? So everybody was saying, hey, we're not having any border problems. So what did? We started sending buses up north. That way they could realize what was going on. Now,
I've never had an issue with that. I know that upset people at first. I always thought sending illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard was hilarious.
Well, you're welcome.
But that made people angry.
You're welcome.
Right. You played a role in that.
You're welcome.
What did you do? Load them on the buses? What?
Well, I mean, look.
You worked with Abbott? How did that go down?
What do we do? What are we supposed to do? At that point in time when all of a sudden, and I'm going to use Webb County as an example. And
Sure.
Webb County wasn't as bad as Del Rio and in the Valley. I can honestly tell you, we were in the middle. They were the book, the end of the, the sides there. But I could tell you the neighbors. But I could tell you it was really, really difficult. It was not easy. We were, that's the word, processing. We were the processing center. I could not get it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah.
It was we were the processing center. And so everybody would come to us. Okay, after they get processed, then we get what? They get a cell phone that was called the
Obama phone, right?
Yeah.
What Carlos Slim was involved in that. That was a remarkable racket. To go back in time and invest in that, we figured out a way to trick American taxpayers into paying for the cell phones of non-citizens and homeless people. And
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. They're called tracking devices.
Well, okay. Do you think that was the real purpose of it, just to see where these people were?
Well, that's what they would tell us. They would say, we got them a tracking device. I'm like, you got them a cell phone that most people can't pay for, but yet we're giving them to them for free. Our people are paying, our taxpayer dollars are going to those phones, and you're giving it to them, and they can use it for wherever they want, and we're paying for it? How does that make sense?
I will admit, you just kind of blew my mind. It never occurred to me before. I always thought we were doing that because it was corporatism. It's a way to make money off of, we're making the taxpayers pay for a product, but you're right. That's a way to track non-citizens.
Well, and it was a bad situation. So the whole deal finally just, if you're going back to your initial question, what's the difference? Humongous. Trump has done an incredible job on securing the border. I think now it's, with everything that's going on, I applaud him for everything because, we're right now, it's pretty much, it's non-existent. Straight up.
All right, I want to talk to you more about that. There's also a rumor you might be challenging Henry Cuellar in just a little bit. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to let you answer that question however you want. Quick break. If y'all are listening to the radio right now, we'll be back in just a few short moments. If you're watching us live streaming on social media, we're not going anywhere. This will literally take seconds, so hang on 1 second.
Live from Texas, broadcasting across the People's Republic of America, this is Pursuit of Happiness Radio with Ken Webster Jr., a.k.a. Producer Kenny. Keep it here.
Hey, to those of you that are watching us live streaming on social media, quick reminder, Sunday, October 5th at the Bad Astronaut Brewing Company, me, Chad Prather, Jesse Payton, Steve Johnson, the whole Walton and Johnson crew are going to be hanging out. 100% of your ticket sales, if you guys come out to the show, go to Wheelchairs for Warriors. Wheelchairsforwarriors.org is the website. It's exactly what it sounds like. It is a very important charity that helps to raise money to provide wheelchairs to America's heroes, people that went to places like Afghanistan, Iraq, Niger, and Yemen, and they did not come home in the same shape that they were in when they left. If you want to be a part of that, this sells out every event. We've done this for a decade now. Every year that we have thrown this event, we have sold out of tickets. We want you guys to be there. Get your tickets now. Go to wheelchairsforwarriors.org, or you will find a link at the top of pretty much every social media account for the Walton and Johnson Show or Kenny Webster. Get your tickets right now. Stand by. More with Webb County Judge Tano Tijerina in just a few seconds. All right, I can't believe this is a real person's name. The McDonald's executive, Zoe Hamburger. Zoe Hamburger is leaving the country. There's an executive at McDonald's named Zoe Hamburger leaving the country. Do not worry, though. There is good news. Chipotle CEO Frank Diarrhea is staying put. He's not going anywhere. He is going to be sticking around. If you are just joining us right now on the radio, thanks so much for being here. Those of you watching us on social media, Tano is here. Webb County Judge Tano Tijerina is here.
Just don't call me tonto. We'll be all right.
Tano, you're a real Mexican-American. You're the real deal. You grew up on the border. You are as a guy that grew up Mexican mom and dad, living in Texas, you're around Tex-Mex, you're around Mexican food, you're around barbecue. When you travel to Wisconsin and you see a Chili's or a Taco Bell, what does that feel like? That's like for me as an Italian kid when I see Olive Garden. You don't want people to know it, but I actually secretly like Olive Garden, even though my mom wouldn't let me eat it growing up. I wasn't allowed to eat Domino's. We weren't allowed. I'd go to other kids' houses. There'd be Little Caesars pizza. My mom would say, no, only Sergio's pizza. Never eat that. Secretly, do you kind of like Taco Bell? Don't lie.
Secretly and absolutely not.
No.
No. And I am going to hurt some people's feelings here, but that is a big no. And you know what I find funny is that when I go around different places around the United States and around the world,
sure,
the first thing I ask is, hey, where's a good place to eat? And they want to send me to a Mexican restaurant. And I'm like, no, can we try something different?
Dude, east of the Mississippi, it's a no. I find if you're in
it's a no.
I find if you're in a big city, like I'm from Chicago, right? Believe it or not, we have Mexican food in Chicago.
Okay.
You could find Mexican food in New York City.
Do they put crema? Do they put cream on the tacos?
It depends on the place.
Depends on
it depends. They're all, because you find there's people, it's things that are unique to Tijuana or whatever you'll find in Chicago. We have a single Tex-Mex place in Chicago. I think it's Julio's of Dallas. You ever had that before, Uncle Julio?
That does not sound very Mexican.
It's also in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Ted Cruz has made the point that it's the closest thing they have. It's good enough is the way he describes it.
Okay, well,
it's not great, obviously.
We'll try it.
You are a guy that has been around the country, right? You've traveled around a bit.
We have.
Are you ex-military? What's the deal? Did you play football?
I played actually Milwaukee. Actually, I was too small to play football. My parents didn't let me play football, so I only played in the 8th grade.
How tall are you?
6'3", 250.
I'm 6'3".
Petite 250, by the way.
I'm 6'3". I'm not tall enough for football.
No.
I just didn't have any coordination.
No. Okay. Well, I played basketball and I played baseball. So I got to play with the Milwaukee Brewers. I was drafted in 1993 with the Milwaukee Brewers. I played in the minor league system. And so I did not get my cup of coffee in the big leagues, but that's okay.
A Hispanic guy that plays baseball, you never see that.
When did that ever happen?
When did that
what are the
become-
odds?
When did that become a thing? You're okay. So obviously you're athletic. You worked out. You know, you got into politics. How did that happen?
To be honest, it was literally a conversation with my mom, my dad, and my wife, 2009. I didn't realize how much I was talking about it. So I went from signing autographs, I went to working on the ranch. One of my biggest loves are horses. I work a lot with horses. I still team rope quite often. That's why we go all around the United States and stuff, and even in Texas. Yeah, I do a lot of rodeoing, a lot of team roping. So we're still part of it. I live in the ranch. My wife and I and my kids, we grew up. I had 5 beautiful children, and one of them still rodeos to this day, and so he's pretty hardcore at it. And going around, that's what we do.
Do you know about this? Bella Hadid is this supermodel. She moves to Fort Worth. This has nothing to do with what we were going to talk about, but she is now in a She moved to Texas because she's in a relationship with this famous rodeo guy. I'm trying to look up his name right now. He's a Hispanic dude. You don't know this guy, do you?
Must be a good-looking guy.
I mean, yeah, he's with Bella Hadid, right? I can't figure out his name. He's so famous that his footnote. Here we go. Adon Bonahuelos. You know who that is, do you?
No.
No? Well, me neither.
That's okay.
If it makes you feel any better, he probably doesn't know who we are. So.
That's okay. Yeah, we're good.
But buckle bunnies, is that what they're called? The kind of chicks that go after rodeo guys?
They get the imprints between the thighs. That's kind of what they call them, buckle bunnies.
They get the imprints between the. What is the imprint
Don't
from,
wanna
Tano?
know. Don't want to.
I wouldn't even care to know.
I'm just repeating what I hear. I don't know anything else.
All right, so you used to be a Democrat. Now you become a Republican for very obvious reasons. The rumor is that you're going to primary Henry Cuellar. Henry Cuellar, kind of a controversial Democrat. He's considered to be kind of a conservative Democrat by Democrat standards, but he's got all these legal issues. Do you think there's anything to that? Some people think the only reason he has those federal charges against him, kind of like Eric Adams, is because he was challenging Joe Biden's positions on things. Do you believe it?
No, absolutely not. No, Henry Cuellar has his problems and his challenges because of Henry Cuellar himself. And so, look, we've had him for 20 years.
That's a long time.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's absolutely great. But it's going to take somebody that understands. As I go around now, the District 28, I have an exploratory committee, by the way. And the reason why I have an exploratory committee, because there's a resign to run clause in the state of Texas, which I wish there wasn't one. But here in Texas, we still have it. So until December 1st, it's the way it works is by the law, it's written, is 12 months, a year and 1 month. So December 1st, I will be able to publicly come out and without the exploratory. But going back to Henry Cuellar, look, he's been doing it. It's so sad. As District 28, I just told you right now, it's pretty much my backyard, and I team rope quite a bit. Everybody says that he does everything for Webb County, but in all reality, it's sad because he hasn't done anything for us.
I ran into him, 4th of July, summer of 2024. I just saw him walking around in San Antonio, and it was right after all the legal charges came out against him. I think he was with his wife. He was just walking around, and I remember walking up and asking him about it, and he didn't seem alarmed at the time. Why do politicians never get scared when they're in legal trouble?
I just think they've gotten to the point where they just feel nothing's going to happen to them. Look, when you have 4.5 million pages, I'll say it again.
That's a lot.
4.5 million pages and 14 terabytes of evidence against you. You have 12 counts that equal 209 years. Come on now. I mean, if you think you're going to get away with it, no. The DOJ doesn't make mistakes like that.
Do you think that's so much evidence that it's overwhelming, that something gets lost in translation, something gets overlooked, that there won't be a conviction?
Well, I mean, that's for them to decide. That's for the courts to decide. But I will tell you right now, I'm not running just because he's in indictment. I'm running because he's doing a poor job as a congressman. In all reality, like I told, his brother, I don't mind. I hope nothing happens to him in a sense because I want to beat him outright, and that's just the way it is.
It just occurred to me a minute ago. I said you're going to primary him. You're a Republican now. You wouldn't be primarying him.
No, I'll be doing the general.
It would be in the general.
I was
going
to correct you, but you're.
But yeah, I was on a roll there.
Yeah.
Well, I keep thinking that
sounded really good.
I keep thinking you were both Democrats that lean conservative, which is true. But he never switched parties. You did.
Yes, that's correct.
And so, do you think, to some extent, maybe that's something that'll hurt him? Like, clearly, your county's moving red. There's no doubt about that.
Yes. Organically, it went from. His District 28. Organically in the last 4 years went from a D7 to an R3. And now with the redistricting, it's probably going to be like an R6.
You're not the only prominent Democrat in the state that switched parties. You're not. And it sounds like you've been true to your principles. I didn't know you before, but it sounds like similar policies and principles didn't change much over the years.
No.
we've been told over and over again that, oh, this is the election when the Democrats are finally going to win Texas. This is the one. They're finally going to replace John Cornyn with Beto O'Rourke, the Irish Rose of West Texas. They're finally, and then of course we see all these Democrats switching parties. We had a lawmaker right here in Southeast Texas. There was another one up. The mayor of Dallas switched parties, right? And a prominent black Democrat became a black Republican. It seems like it's not happening. It feels like if people are switching parties and becoming Republicans, it's not going to flip blue.
I don't see how, to be quite honest. I don't see how, especially with the Democrats as discombobulated as they are right now, disjointed. I mean, it looks really bad on them. I'll give you an example. Webb County alone, the Democratic Party has 4 different parties. They split. They can't even try to figure out what's going on in Webb County. That's beside the point. Look, the number one thing is I love what Trump is doing. I think he's bringing a wrecking ball. I think it's an opportunity. I think right now we have to keep our pedal on the metal. And the reason why is because if we don't stop, who's going to take control? We still have to control the House. We still have to control the Senate and the White House because God forbid, who's going to rebuild this country? Trump is doing an incredible job on breaking it down, but I want to be there to rebuild it. And I think that's what the opportunities are going to be able to do in the future.
All right. What are you doing in Houston right now? What were you doing out here?
There was a national Republican, the NRCC was having a fundraiser last night, and I came over here, and so that's what we're doing.
How did it work out for you?
Went great.
You met some allies, met some people?
I met some great people. I've been to Washington quite a bit this year, so it's just kind of just keeping that conversation going. So that's been a real big blessing.
All right, let's say hypothetically you replace Henry Cuellar. Can Webb County get a Buc-ee's? Is that realistic that we could do that?
You know what? I'm glad you said that because I want to talk to the Buc-ee's owner. Being the number one inland port, and we have 16 to 18,000 trucks. You're giving me a segue here. 16 to 18,000 trucks every day that cross. 36,000 trucks alone that are in Webb County per day. Come on, Buc-ee's. Come on. We gotta have a big Buc-ee's.
I do like Buc-ee's.
The only thing I don't like about Buc-ee's, and I have to say this, do we have to put... I mean, look, the brisket is delicious. The brisket sandwich is delicious. But do we have to put all that stuff on it, all that sauce? I just want a brisket sandwich by itself.
It is a very Yankee thing to put too much sauce on your brisket.
I agree.
In general, good barbecue shouldn't require sauce.
Amen to that.
You could put barbecue sauce on bologna. It's going to taste good. It's not the point. It makes a lot of sense, right? All right, what about this? Best place to get barbecue in Webb County. Where do you go?
Ringo's.
You answer that. Usually politicians get awkward when I ask them this because they either A, don't actually eat at the local places, or B, they don't want to upset someone, probably more likely. But you just came right out and said Ringo's.
Yeah.
What's different about it?
Well, they have this hamburger they call it the Doc Holiday. Oh, my God.
That
the
is a good
barbecue's
name.
Delicious, but I'll tell you what, it's a manly burger.
Along the border, you'll find barbecue places that also do tacos and stuff like that. And then the farther north you go, those two things are widely divided. Does that bother you?
Yes.
They should be together. Barbecue and Tex-Mex don't have to be separate.
No.
They could be conjoined at the hip.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
There's some great restaurants. We're foodies down there, so I love our cuisine down there in Webb County. Anybody like to come down and try our cuisines? I mean, it's just beautiful. Tex-Mex, the tasting, all that good stuff. There's a lot of great restaurants there in Webb County.
Here's what I don't understand. As a guy who's a white, pale-faced gringo from up north who lived in Texas most of my adult life, I go down to Mexico.
Is he the kind that put a javelina on the door?
I've never put a jalapeno on my door. No.
A javelina.
I don't know what that is. No.
A javelin.
It's a javelin. What is that?
Okay. We'll take chat
All right.
about it.
My question is this. I forgot where I was going. Why is it when you get south of Mexico, the food's terrible? Mexico might have the best food in the Western Hemisphere. You go down to Guatemala, it's not any good. Nicaragua, nothing. Nobody wants to eat Chilean food. What happens south of Mexico?
I think they start losing a little bit of the spicy.
That's it.
I think it gets a little bland. Because look.
I told you that mic was a problem. It's not. It's a weird. There's something wrong with that mic. It is a flaccid mic.
I just think it has.
That mic needs Cialis. It's a problematic mic.
I'm gonna move back from the mic. Come on, man. You can't say that.
It's an inanimate object.
You can't say that.
It's okay. We went long on this anyway. We got to wrap this up. To those of you that are listening live right now, this guest is Webb County Judge Tano Tijerina. Tano, anything? I'm going to let you get the last remarks here. Anything you want people to know before we go?
Well, just God bless you guys. Let's keep fighting the fight, and we got to keep the House, the Senate, and the White House.
You think you have high hopes for the primaries next year?
Very high hopes.
And, of course, for the midterms.
Absolutely.
Man, I love it. I'm Kenny Webster. I want to thank my guest, Webb County Judge Tano Tijerina. To the rest of you, don't forget to join us October 5th. Operation Comedy Therapy, Bad Astronaut Brewing Company. Tickets available at wheelchairsforwarriors.org. I love you all. I hope you have an awesome weekend. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning for more of what you bought a radio for.
You are listening to the Pursuit of Happiness Radio. Tell the government to kiss your ass.